Chris Jericho's WWE return date has been leaked. Looks like he's really leaving AEW. We're going to uncover it all. Also, AJ Styles rejecting AEW. And we got to talk about new AEW signings that has been revealed after AEW World's End. Very good stuff here. Let's talk about it. If you guys want more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. This way you never miss a video on the channel. I'm going to keep you guys updated along the way every single day with everything that's happening in professional wrestling. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. New AEW signings have been revealed. Hyan and Maya World have been officially signed to AEW. And I love this story for a variety of reasons. I am a big believer when God puts an opportunity on your lap, when he puts a plate on your table, you take advantage of it. And I genuinely feel this way. I've talked about it for years on the channel. There are a lot of people who complain about not making things happen in life or things not going their way in life. But when an opportunity comes up, they steer away from it. That is the opposite for Hyan and Maya World. Because as you guys know, just a few months ago, there was some drama that unfolded with Miranda Alizi and Tegan Knox. And we all heard the reports. And then, of course, Tegan Knox and Miranda went live on Twitch, and they were basically saying, don't listen to everything you hear on the internet. The reports aren't true. But it all stemmed from the idea that they walked away from AEW. They left the tapings because they didn't want to have to put over another tag team. They didn't want to work a 3-minute match. Seems like there's a lot of miscommunication. It seems like there's a lot of stuff about this in particular that has become incredibly, weird. But what I found to be very interesting here is Hyan and Maya World were the opposite. They took what was given to them. They took the opportunity and they took advantage of it. And since then, we have seen them on TV countless times, whether it be for ROH or AEW Collision. We saw them on the pre-show for AEW World's End. And now Tony Khan has confirmed that they have officially signed with the company. That's a perfect example of somebody taking advantage of an opportunity right when it's in front of them. Without complaining, without bitching about it, without having a problem with it. They seem to have taken that with no sort of negativity. And now they've been awarded a full-time contract. Personally speaking, I love it. These two may not be the top of the women's tag team division. They might not be big single stars for AEW. I don't know. I cannot predict the future. But what I could say is that they are putting in the work. They're taking advantage. And now they have an opportunity to maybe one day become AEW Women Tag Team Champions. If they get over, you never know how it works. If they get over, whatever happens, happens. But my point that I'm making is they took advantage of the opportunity. Now they are awarded a full-time contract on a nationally globalized television show. Like, this is beautiful. Beautiful stuff. I'm super excited about it for the simple fact that I like to see when people win. And I like to see when people take advantage of opportunities. And if that's offensive to some of you guys, that's fine. But maybe you should just realize you don't always have to complain in life. Sometimes work is work and you just got to do your job. Let's talk about AJ Styles. Definitely getting a reaction online from social media. I don't know why people are making this a big deal. At least on my timeline, on Twitter and on TikTok, people seem to be upset about this. But basically, WWE had a house show for their holiday tour. AJ Styles was greeted by a fan, ringside, who asked AJ Styles to sign his AEW World Championship replica belt. Now, I can't post the video due to copyright reasons, but AJ Styles politely says he can't. In fact, he even sends a message to the Young Bucks. He goes, "Hey, Nick, Matt, I love you guys. I can't sign this." Really not that big of a deal. Listen. You're at a WWE show, you bring an AEW belt, you go to an AEW show, somebody brings a WWE belt. Some people don't care, some people don't think it's a big deal. And it really isn't in the grand scheme of things. But AJ Styles he's being asked to sign something that has nothing to do with AJ Styles nor WWE. Yeah, it kind of makes sense as to why AJ Styles wouldn't sign it. Just like it made sense years ago of Darby Allin not signing a WWE championship at an AEW show. It is what it is. I don't think this is that big of a deal. I think people are trying to blow this up and make this into a big thing and an anti-AJ Styles thing. It's not, dude. Like, the tribalism stuff only exists on these platforms because it does not exist in the world that AJ Styles is living in. It does not make sense to these wrestlers are not sitting there being like, I'm not signing AEW stuff because I hate AEW. It's just, bro, they can't. And it has nothing to do with WWE and it has nothing to do with AJ Styles. It's really not that deep. It's really not that big of a deal. But the backlash is so funny because wrestling fans just have to be mad about something. This is definitely not one of those things. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, they're competitors to each other. It's not that deep. I think for wrestling fans, you probably should just be a little bit smarter about what stuff you're bringing to what wrestling show. If you're going to an AEW show, don't bring a WWE World Championship. That's currently on TV. You bring a classic belt, okay, maybe that's a little bit different. And if you go to a WWE show, don't bring AEW collectible stuff. Like, don't do that. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's as simple as that. Very funny story, though. And that brings us to Chris Jericho. Probably the worst kept secret is Chris Jericho coming back to WWE, right? I think we all know that. Now, John Elba came to Twitter with a huge report, and he says, last night, Alex McCarthy, 88, reported that Chris Jericho's AEW contract expires at midnight on December 31st. He is WWE bound and that he may debut as early as January 5th on Raw. My sources also believe he's going to show up on WWE TV very soon. Now, I just want to be very, very clear here. There has been tons of rumors of WWE bringing in Chris Jericho on January 5th, Raw, live on Netflix. There's been a lot of talk about it. There's been a lot of talk about that. They're trying to make this a big time episode. Obviously, we have the World Championship match, Chris Jericho's return. There's some stuff with AJ Lee expected. I mean, like, they are going all out on this episode. I believe it's being taped or live from Barclay in Brooklyn, the Barclay Center in Brooklyn. Yeah, Chris Jericho coming back January 5th probably makes the most sense. And for anybody who's mad about Chris Jericho coming back, I think it's silly. I've pointed out too many things in the past few months about Chris Jericho. Why business-wise it makes sense for him to go to WWE. There's literally no reason why he should be in AEW. And that's amazing for AEW. That's a compliment to AEW. They are no longer in the world where they need Chris Jericho. It's just as simple as that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Chris Jericho going to WWE, ending his career, having a role in AAA, NXT, Performance Center, Fanatics podcast. I mean, there's just so many things, guys. It makes too much sense. And for AEW, they have passed Chris Jericho. They've surpassed him. So him coming back January 5th, Raw live, I mean, it's an amazing idea. And that's a good thing, man. Like, and for WWE, let this be a lesson, right? A lot of people ended their careers in AEW, and they had a very good run to end their career in AEW. You got to do the same thing for some of your legends. No matter how much Chris Jericho loves AEW, which I'm sure he really does, he doesn't need AEW. AEW doesn't need him. It's a beautiful thing. That's how healthy the wrestling industry is. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Ango Show.